Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever in the universe you might be watching. We're filming live today from the Comcater Experience Centre based here in Port Melbourne. Under this one roof, you'll find the largest selection of innovative commercial cooking equipment from all over the world. But today, we're filming from one of the demonstration kitchens for Ready, Set, Comcater! Team Chicken, welcome gentlemen, and they say never trust a skinny chef, so you guys are really trustworthy.
Absolutely.
What are you cooking this morning, Simon?
So we have some amazing brisket to work with today. We've got some cabbage and we've got some onions. So what we're going to do is leverage some fantastic local food trends, and we're going to be making a deluxe Reuben sandwich. We're going to be making tempura onion rings with a blue cheese and sour cream.
So there's two questions. First of all, why are you cooking a brisket? And secondly, how are you going to do that in 20 minutes?
We will be smoking this for 24 hours, but what we will be doing is preparing one and vac sealing it and using it so that it's a more convenient approach. So we're going to be using the vac sealer in two ways. One is going to be to add a brine to the brisket, and what that's going to do is actually expand the meat and allow the brine to actually go right into the core. Normally, if you soak the meat in the brine, you only get the flavour around the outside. The vacuum sealer will open the meat up and all the flavours will go into the middle. That will sit, and then we'll be taking it out of the brine, putting a rub on it and putting it into the smoker.
So for chefs that are buying a vac sealer, it's not just used to suck the air out of the bag and...
Absolutely not. No.
So more than that?
Absolutely. So we're also going to be using the cabbage to ferment, which we'll be doing in the vac sealer as well.
Okay. Well, I reckon that sounds really interesting, and I'm salivating about the thought. I'm just wondering about your stunt double here. I'm thinking that's well above his pay grade. Get cooking, Team Chicken!
Okay, Rob, let's get you onto vegetables. If you'd like to start cutting the cabbage, we need it really, really fine.
Okay.
I'm going to be creating the brine for the brisket, and we're going to be using the PureVac vac sealer to marinade. What the vac sealer will do is not only seal the bag, but it's also going to open the cell structure of the meat. The reason for doing that is so that the brine can actually go right to the center of the piece of meat. So if you're looking at really large cuts of meat, if you're marinating or brining, you actually get that flavor all throughout.
So I'll move over to here to Team Egg. Peter, Kevin, thank you. Now, give us a rundown on what you'll be cooking this morning.
Well, it's coming into winter. We got all this great winter veg in front of us. So straight up, I've seen there's some purple cabbage there. So for me, purple cabbage, pork, apple sort of thing. There's some celeriac. So I'm thinking we've got all this great equipment. We've got an Iverio there. I know I can cook under pressure. So that's going to get things done fast. Cabbage, normally a couple of hours to get nice cabbage. We're going to get it done probably 10 minutes. Get that knocked out of the road. Do some pork. And then maybe something sweet as well. I've got a sweet tooth, so we'll knock over something sweet.
All right, that sounds great. And you will be under pressure, because let me tell you, I can't tell you about the equipment they're using on the other side, but they are doing something pretty special in 20 minutes. So you've got a job ahead of you. Gentlemen, start cooking.
All right, Kevin, so we're going to need to get pushing. These guys have got a bit of a head start on us.
Okay.
You handy with a knife?
Not really, but I'll do my best.
All right, how many fingers do you got to start?
Starting with 10.
10.
So...
Let's hope we finish with that. We're going to start with the cabbage. We need to get that in under pressure.
Yep.
So I want you to get it sliced nice and thin if you can, and then I'll get cooking.
All right, no worries. Thanks, Chef.
Put the cabbage in the bowl.
No problem. We'll do that. Is that enough, or do you need more?
That's fine.
That's
perfect. Good. And add all of that salt. Excellent. And you just want to massage that salt into the cabbage, just your calling. All right, so we're going to now put that into the vac seal bag.
Yep. Can do. Load up the bag. Look at that. Half the salt's still left.
So that is going to be vac sealed. With the power of television, we're actually going to be speeding up that process. So normally it would take about 2 to 3 weeks for the ferment to take place for the sauerkraut, but we've actually prepared some earlier. you can actually see that the moisture's already come out of that cabbage. So this has been about 4 or 5 days, so you can really see that ferment starting to take place.
All right, fellas, I can see that you're under pressure now, but this is the pressure part.
Yeah.
Is it, Peter?
Well,
what are we doing here?
I mean, with the Iverio, that's the thing when we're in a bit of a pump and under a rush.
Yep.
You can get stuff done, being able to pressure cook in there. So
Yep.
we've got our bacon, spices, cabbage, and everything going in there. Kevin's just finishing that last bit, and then what we're going to do is throw it under pressure. So sauteed all of that. We're going
So give me an indication of the time saving that we'd have here cooking this way.
Oh, look, it's probably like 2 hours to do this normally on a pot.
Yeah.
I'm going to get this done in just over 10 minutes.
All right, get cracking. Don't waste any time.
All right.
All right, so using the Set blade, what we've done is actually turned all of those ingredients into an amazing barbecue rub. So it is quite chunky. You can really get those herb notes, but you're actually going to be getting a bolder flavor profile on that cut of meat by using the fresh herbs. If you're processing them in any other types of equipment, it will actually mash the herbs. You can actually get too much moisture out of them, and it will puree them rather than chop them. So the Packaget is a labour saver in the kitchen and cuts like a chef would rather than mashes like a normal food processor. So now we are going to grab some flour, which I have down here for you.
Yep.
And you are going to toss these in the flour.
Toss. Okay.
Toss them in the flour. So
Okay.
what we want to do is make sure that all parts of that onion ring are coated in flour. You can even put a heap more in and dip them in, make sure that they're really well coated.
Okay.
And then if you want to place them on the chopping board, we'll get onto our batter. All that brine has gone right to the center of the meat, something that traditional brining doesn't do.
Yeah.
Well, what we're going to do now is put the rub on the top. So you're going to tip most of that on the top.
Most. Yeah.
Perfect. And you're just going to pat it down onto the top. So it's going to form a crust. So what we're going to be doing is putting it into the smoker. We smoke it for a little bit and then we cook it really low and slow. We're cooking at about 80 degrees for 24 hours. So, so that can go straight onto the tray.
Okay.
Fantastic.
That's what I reckon too.
So this is now going to go into the rationale and be smoked.
So custard in here in the Iverio.
Yeah, so basically with the Iverio, it's that easy. I mean, normally you boil milk, right? And you've got to watch it all the time or it's going to boil over and you get a mess.
Correct.
This one, I'll just...
Or stick to the bottom.
Yeah, 100%. It's one of those challenging ones. This one, I'm basically going to load this milk in, close the lid, walk away. Don't need to even watch it.
So Kevin could even do it.
Yeah, it's easy.
Even I can do it.
Kevin, get over here and do the custard. I'm out of here, fellas.
We'll crack on here. We need to get these roasted.
Yep.
We're going to throw them in the iCombi. Makes life simple. Even you can do that one as well if you want. We'll start off just in the veg. We're going to roast it. So basically hit roast.
Yep.
It's that easy. We're going to roast off this veg. Even at the same time, we're going to roast off that pineapple as well to go with our custard.
All right, let's chuck it in.
All right, Kevin, so the Iverios let us know that the milk's come up to the boil.
Yep.
Making the custard. We're just going to thicken this one up now. So all I need to do, give us a little bit of a hand here.
Okay, something we need to do.
How do you go handling a big stick blender like that?
We're about to find out.
If you want to fire it up in the front there, I'll mix in this brew that I've made up as well. All right, beautiful. All right, mix it in.
Okay, Pete, so finally some sweet smells, not just cabbage on cabbage on cabbage. Where are we up to with the custard?
Yeah, so Kevin's done a great job knocking up this custard here. All I'm going to do is grab that out now and then pop it into the blast chiller. rather than trying to make a big mess, I'm just going to scoop out the parts that I need at the moment. You
Yep.
can grab out that custard.
But this pan could tilt if we wanted to
Yeah,
take it out that way as well.
100%. Yep, makes it easy. I mean, typically if you've got soups and sauces and thin things, it might be easy. For this one, I'm going to do a couple of trays here because I want like a nice thin product as I'm making the custard that we're going to fry later on. So I'm going to cut that up into squares. But this one, basically give it a nice shape in the pan. Then behind you there,
Excuse
we're
me.
going to go straight into the Technomac. Okay, so today, I mean, it's just doing the custard at the moment, but before we were doing our ice cream. So I made little caramelized honey, hazelnut ice cream in there as well. Could be using it meats, fish, anything. Great around preserving life of product and getting it chilled down quick without damaging all the product in the fridges and cool room out the back.
Rob, where are we at? I've been on the other side. Everything's happening over there. You guys are looking very relaxed. I need to know where we're at.
We're going to be making some tempura onion rings, and we're going to be hitting them with a chive and smoked sea salt finish. So we grab our onion ring,
Yeah.
put it into the batter.
Yep.
Plenty of batter on there,
Straight into the fryer.
straight into the fryer, and then we're going to spin it around.
So is the trusty assistant going to do one?
So Simon, you're doing all
Yes.
the work, mate.
Yeah, your turn
That's
now, Rob.
great.
So now you want to put one onion ring into the batter,
Yep.
give it a really good covering.
That is a super covering.
That's it. Dip it in, and then you want to straight away get that chopstick into the center and give it a good spin. Beautiful.
You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record, baby.
Excellent.
Round, 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 round.
Yeah. Anything that's got a little bit of color, we can start to take out.
Okay. I'll let you do that. I'll do the onion rings.
Excellent.
So Simon, there's a lot of crumb and batter everywhere, mate. What's going on here?
All right. So the beauty of FryMaster is the filtration system. What we're going to be doing is filtering the oil. We will it'll remove the oil all the way out of the fryer, go through a filtering process, and then actually push it all back in. So
We'll take all that crumb out?
all automatic,
Really?
ready to fry anything else that you like.
Cool. So how long does that take, Simon?
That'll take roughly around 3 minutes to complete its whole cycle.
Yeah.
All right, next job for you, Kevin. I need you to do two things. We're going to roast the hazelnuts in the iCombi Classic.
Okay.
And we're going to do some burnt honey for the gelato. So these are going to make our gelato, hazelnut and burnt honey.
All right.
It's the only time you're allowed to burn something
I'm
today.
good at burning things, so that's
Yeah.
easy.
All right, so throw them in the
In the
iCombi
iCombi?
Classic.
Okay.
Combi Classic. It's a brilliant piece of a kit, especially just got simple manual tasks. All right, so all that's in. We've got the cabbage now. It's finished cooking under pressure. That one's coming out. Basically leaves us, last thing to do is our pork.
Fry off
and
the
then
pork.
we're going to be up and ready before these guys. So nice, simple one.
How are we cooking the pork?
We're going to grill and smoke that at the same time using the iCombi Pro.
Excellent.
Kevin, I've been following this custard very
Yes.
closely, and I must admit that your cooking prowess is impressing me.
I'm impressing myself.
So we've got the custard that's come out of the blast chiller. It's been crumbed,
Yep,
and
been
now
crumbed.
it's going to be
Yep.
deep fried. Is
We're
that
going to
right?
deep fry it, that's
Okay.
right. Just going to drop these into the FryMaster fryer. So we'll just put them in these two baskets here, spread them out.
Okay, so we're getting to the pointy end now. So the Reuben, I'm excited about this. Rob, you should be chopping the bread because it looks like the meat's already been
Okay.
done.
Wait 1 second. Look at that, mate.
Oh, the skill from the
magic.
cabbage from before.
Wow.
Okay, so we're assembling now.
So for a deluxe sandwich, it's going to have a lot of meat in it, a lot of filling,
Yep.
and it's very hard to actually put it into a sandwich press or a salamander
Yep.
and actually get a really even heat through and toast it at the same time.
Right.
What we're going to be using is the Express Chef speed oven. And with the technology in the speed oven, we've got microwave power, we've got convection power, and we've also got impinged air, so like an air fryer.
Right.
All of those powers all work together at the same time. We're going to get even heating, but we're also going to be having the middle hot and warm,
Yep.
cheese melting, meat nice and warm, but also toasted on the bread on the outsides at the same time as
Crunchy
heating.
bread.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
All right, Kevin, we're coming down to the final crunch here. I can see they're starting to build sandwiches over there. Sure how you
Smells all right, but
how
I'm
you do
sure
with
ours
the
will be better.
sandwich. We need to get these pork cooked off. We basically get our pork cutlets. We're going to throw them on one of our Rationale accessories here.
Yep.
It's a cross and stripe grilling
Yep.
grate. Okay, so you're able to load onto cold. For us today, we're only going to do a few of them, but you know, same thing. You might have 10 on a tray.
Yep.
All right.
Excellent. Let's go.
So iCombi Pro here's on grill. What we're going to do, load those in. We're going to use the core temperature probe, so I don't have to worry about checking them. All right, so grab our core temp probe out of the device here.
What temp are we going for on the pork?
Well, all I did said is I like my pork medium,
Yep.
so it's come up with a temperature of 46 degrees. Okay, so again, with the probe, we just try and get it in the middle of the product. Don't have to be too precise around it.
Yep.
It's going to find where the thickest part is. All right, so our pork's going to be grilling in there. We're going to need to get the rest of this stuff plated
All right,
up.
what have we got left to do?
So we can be ready to go when it comes out.
Excellent.
Wow, that is some serious heat in there, Pete.
You're right. We had really nice good grill marks on those.
Beautiful.
You can see, perfect coloration, perfect degree. We're just going to let those rest up a little bit, and then we'll be able to start up plating.
Look, I can see how well organised you are here and everything's clean, but that is pretty filthy in there after those pork chops. How do you address that?
So it certainly makes a little bit of a mess. I mean, similar to cooking on your grill, but
Yeah.
benefit here, automatic cleaning and automatic washing. So not only that, this unit now is our new iCare system auto dose.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll see in the front here, we've got all of those cleaning
No
cartridges.
tablets?
Built in now. So with iCare system auto dose, all the cleaning cartridges are built in. So when it comes to cleaning, if I wanted to give that even just a really fast clean now, I can do the cleaning on this one in as little as 17 minutes, and we're good to go.
Ready to go again.
All right, so let's get in the plate up, Kevin. We've got the cabbage. If you want to grab that veg out, get this moving. Geez, this pork looks good.
Fantastic.
We get some of that celeriac, the parsnip, and that in there as well. Throw that one on there.
Beautiful.
Look how juicy that is. Perfect.
Fantastic.
Just a push of a button, and we're good to go. Delicious.
Why would you want a sandwich when you can have that?
Oh no, definitely got to have an egg before the chicken, don't you? Okay. Beautifully roasted pineapple there. Start with a bit of that one.
Beautiful.
Got some of your beautiful. Oh, how good do they look?
Fried custard.
Nice little
out of the Fry Master.
fried custard. Some of that burnt honey as well that we had there. Bit of sauce on there. Bit of icing sugar. Make it look flash. From the Paco Jet, we just got that beautiful burnt honey, hazelnut, gelato there as well. So you can't go wrong.
Fantastic.
Bit of fried custard, bit of ice cream,
Beautiful.
a couple of nice winter dishes.
So let's put the winning dish in the oven, mate.
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to be putting that in the Express Chef speed oven.
Yep.
Show how easy it is. Do you want to grab that, our winning sandwich for today?
Can do.
We're going to open the door and slide that tray in.
Slide that tray in. There it is.
We'll close the door, and if you want to press the Reuben sandwich icon,
That's it.
that's all we need to do.
Done. 3 minutes. We'll have one.
Bingo.
So here's our Reuben sandwich. This is a sandwich that people will talk about. This elevates the traditional Reuben sandwich to the next level. This is something which is really Instagrammable and people will come back for. So we're going to plate this up now. Slide that underneath.
Look at that, mate. Look at all that cheese on the side. A few calories there, mate.
Absolutely. Amazing. Heaps of brisket, really smoky brisket. The flavors all work really well together. You've got the peppery, smoky brisket, you've got the sauerkraut, you've got the tangy cheese, and you've got the hot mustard. So all together, they're an absolute flavor bomb, and that's why the Reuben sandwich has been an icon on sandwich menus for well over 60 years.
All that in with 4 pieces of equipment, right?
Absolutely. So we have used the Express Chef speed oven to finish the sandwich off. We've used the Rationale smoker to smoke and cook our brisket. We've used the Fry Master fryer for our onion rings, and we've also used the vacuum sealer, Pure Vac vacuum sealer, to break the mold of what people think a vacuum seal is. It's so much more. So what we've tried to do is show some innovation in all the different types of equipment and show that you can use them for much, much more than what people expect.
And final words, winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that draws us to a close today here at the Comcater Experience Centre. Any other information that you might require, you can contact Comcater or a Comcater representative. But the question on everybody's lips right now is, the Reuben sandwich or the pork and 3 veg? Which came first, the chicken or the egg? We'll leave that up to you.
Beef jelly.
Peter and Kevin.
Peter and Kevin.
Well, why didn't you put that in the script?
Definitely got to have an egg before the chicken, don't you?
Look at that, mate. Oh. What are you actually cutting here, buddy?
It's called cabbage, mate. You've made a mess of that.
You want to sit in it or what?
Because of the time limitations, we've smoked it overnight.
Pardon my English.
Comcater or a Comcater representative?
He's not a very good pourer.